Welcome to Her Money Revolution. I'm your host, Angela Brooks, your guide on this journey to becoming a wealthy woman. As a certified financial planner, business owner, and wealth advisor, I am on a mission to simplify the conversation around investing and to help women generate more wealth by making their money work for them. Join me as we navigate powerful financial planning strategies to help you achieve your personal and professional goals. This podcast is your go-to destination for no fluff, easy to implement financial and investing advice. If you are ready to achieve audacious financial goals, dream beyond boundaries, and generate massive wealth for you and your family, this podcast is for you. Grab a notebook, let's get started. Welcome back to Her Money Revolution, the podcast where we empower women to grow their wealth by making their money work for them. I'm your host, Angela Brooks, and in today's episode, we are diving into a topic that is crucial for anyone looking to boost their investment potential: how to increase your current income. Increasing your income is a powerful way to ensure that you have more money to invest and grow your wealth over time. Today, I want to explore what I believe to be 3 key strategies to help you increase your income. Number 1, negotiating for higher salaries. Number 2, pursuing entrepreneurship. And number 3, ensuring that you can maximize your earning potential. Grab a notebook. Let's get started. Okay, first up, let's talk about negotiating for higher salaries. For so many women, asking for a raise or negotiating a salary is daunting. It can be scary, intimidating, or we may simply just not even think about it. But it is a vital skill that we must master. I want to give you some tips that can help you confidently negotiate your next salary increase. Number 1, do your research. Know the market rate for your role and your experience level. You want to understand what others in your position are getting paid. There's websites out there like Glassdoor, PayScale, LinkedIn Salary that can help give you some insight on what to expect for your position. But what I don't want you to do is feel like you need more or tell your employer, I would like a raise because I just need more in order to fund my lifestyle. You want to be able to have data and be ready to present this during your negotiation with your employer more than just needing more income. Number 2, highlight your accomplishments. Make a list of everything that you've achieved and your contributions to the company. And if possible, quantify them. For example, say I increased sales by 20%, or I was able to implement a new process and therefore I saved the company $10,000. That's going to give you some data or some support to justify the value that you bring in order to increase your salary. This shows your value and justifies your request for a higher salary. Then, number 3, practice your pitch. Rehearse what you're going to say. Confidence is key. And if you practice with a friend or a parent or a spouse, get some of those jitters out and understand how to present yourself and your request for a higher salary is going to help you build that confidence. I have a young client that she was actually interviewing for a college. And she's an introvert. She gets very, very nervous. And her dad is an attorney. And he encouraged her to go meet with some of his friends that are other attorneys and have practice with them those interview questions. And so she did that. And she said that when she was with her dad and the other attorneys, she could feel her chest get red and everything, her face get really bright red. And she could feel sweat coming down her face. She said she was so nervous. She stumbled over her words and she was mortified. But she practiced. She was able to get those jitters out. When she went to her college and had the interview with the panel at her university that she was trying to get into, she nailed it. She said, I didn't get red. She was nervous, but wasn't like as nervous as she was talking with the attorneys. She didn't get the bright cheeks. And she said when she left that interview, she nailed it. As she was walking out of the room, she heard one of the ladies say, oh my goodness, I love her. And so I really encourage you, practice it. Look in the mirror. Practice what you are going to say. Number 4, timing matters. You want to choose the right moment for this conversation. When you have a quarterly review or your annual performance review where you normally would get a wage increase or cost of living increase, it's a great time to present your request for a higher salary. If you're taking on more responsibilities, is another good time to ask for this. I have another client that literally last week just did this. She had her annual review. They gave her a 3% cost of living increase, and she was grateful. She said, "Thank you very much." Later on that day, she knew that she wanted more. She knew that she deserved more. Her contribution to the company required a higher compensation, in her opinion. So she called me. We talked through it. Before you leave today, go ask them for a meeting. Go ask if you can have a conversation with them about your compensation. And so she did that. After talking with her, she said that was the scariest thing that she ever did. She didn't dare ask for that conversation, but when she pushed through that fear, she knew she had to prepare for it. So she spent the evening doing more research and gathering some information that the next day when they met, it was successful. They gave her, on top of the already 3% cost of living, they gave her another $7,000 salary increase. That's huge. You guys, that's huge. I was so proud of her. And she feels like $1,000,000. She's like, it's not a ton of money, but I did it. I asked for the meeting. I was scared, but I did it. Number 5, be prepared to negotiate. So you have the courage to ask for the meeting. You have the meeting. You show them the data. You show why you deserve more. Your contribution, the value to the organization is worth whatever amount you feel like it's worth. But sometimes the employers simply can't meet those exact numbers. But they can offer other benefits like additional vacation days, or maybe paying more into your HSA, or covering more of your health insurance. So be prepared to negotiate and understand what might be a benefit for you or what you might think would help your overall compensation package. Next, let's discuss entrepreneurship. Starting your own business can be a fantastic way to increase your income and possibly provide several tax benefits that may help you reduce your personal tax liability. I want to talk about this a little bit in more detail really quick. When you start your business, you can deduct a certain startup expenses for your business. These are things like market research, legal and accounting fees, employee training, marketing expenses. And then you can also deduct organizational costs, which are things that are related to creating the creation of your business entity. So the IRS permits deductions of up to $5,000 for each of those startup expenses and organizational expenses in the year that you begin your business, the first year that you start your business, provided that your startup expenses are less than $50,000. If they're more than $50,000, then there's a phase out period. However, expenses beyond this limit can be amortized over 15 years. This is really a great tax planning strategy. I would encourage you, if you are starting a business, to work with a CPA or work with a tax preparer that can help you understand the IRS guidelines in this area. But before you start your business, I want to give you a few steps that you can think about as you start your journey. Number 1, you want to identify your passions and your skills. If you're not passionate about something, it's going to be very hard to want to get up early and make it happen. And then you also need to have the skill set in order to do it. If you ask me to start a bakery, sorry, I can't. Well, I enjoy baking, but I'm not really skilled at baking. I make some good banana bread, but that's about it. So you want to think about what you love doing and what you're good at doing. It could be baking or consulting. Your business idea should align with your passion and your skill set to ensure that you're motivated. Number 2, research your market. Understand your target audience and what they need. Conduct surveys, analyze competitors. If you can, identify gaps in the market that your business could fit. And then I also want to warn you, in doing this, the more research that you do, the more of your business you will find. If you want to make candles, everyone all of a sudden starts making candles. If you want to start a podcast, everyone has a podcast. So whatever that business idea is, don't let the research derail you from what you feel God is calling you to do. That passion is there. It's in your spirit. Like this podcast for me, don't let the distractions or the research derail you. There's a thought out there about when you see the driftwood of other people's dreams floating by, you know that you're getting closer to your own goals. So I recognize other people's driftwood as an indication that I am nearing my own success. So I get excited when I see other people doing podcasts I get excited when I see other people starting financial firms. I own a financial advisory firm and, I don't recognize other people's success, although they are maybe direct competitors, but I get excited for other people's success because I know that I am in line with my passion and my goals. And I know that seeing that driftwood means to me that I'm getting closer to my own dreams being come true. Number 3, create a business plan. There are so many people that think about their business ideas and say, I don't know. I'm just gonna throw spaghetti at the wall and see what works. Don't do that. It's most likely, unless you're like really amazing and business savvy. And even if you're business savvy, then you're going to have a business plan, but understand your business goals and your strategies, the target market. What's the mission of the business? What is the vision of the business? What are the financial projections of the business that you want to start? A solid business plan will guide you through the startup phase and also possibly attract potential investors. Without a business plan, if you need someone to invest in you for your business to succeed, you want to have a solid business plan. There's lots of different templates that you can find online. Start there and keep working through it. It doesn't have to be a plan that you set in stone. It can be a fluid, ongoing, living, breathing document that you grow and develop over time as well. But you got to start with a business plan. Also with that, make sure that if you start your business, you get their URL, you get the domain, and register the trademark. Make sure. I've had issues with my business that we didn't do the trademark, and it was with my advisory firm, change our name. That was not fun. Number 4, start small. You don't need to quit your day job immediately. And actually, I would recommend that you don't quit your day job. That creates more pressure from a financial perspective. If you rely on your day job income to afford your lifestyle, then, start this business small. Start it as a side hustle. Let things settle before you just quit your day job and start something new. You want to gain experience. You want to build your brand without having that financial pressure. When I met my husband, we were living in Atlanta. He was my boss. We actually worked together. I didn't know it at the time, but he had another business on the side that he started. It's called Sweetwater Cabinets. And so in the morning or at lunchtime or certain breaks, he would make, after work, whenever, he'd make phone calls and he would work his side hustle. I didn't know it at the time, but when we started dating, he was able then to eventually quit his day job or leave the day job and just continue to grow Sweetwater Cabinets. It's another story for another time. He no longer has that. We moved from Atlanta to Michigan 11 years ago almost. But anyway, so start small. Number 5, network and seek mentorships. So I am a huge advocate for having a life coach or having a mentor. I have one for my financial firm, a mentorship. My business partner and I bought the firm. And so we hired a business coach to help us navigate those conversations. It was vital for the success of the transfer of the business and for our growth, get together as business partners. But when you connect with other entrepreneurs, you can seek advice from those who have succeeded already in your field. I'm also part of a group of other 32 business owners, women business owners. And we have a group chat that we can send random questions and get some feedback or get some advice on what they're doing, different industries. It is so, so helpful. Networking can open doors and new opportunities that you didn't even know existed. Finally, let's talk about maximizing your earning potential. Whether you're an employee or an entrepreneur, there are several ways to ensure that you are earning as much as possible. Number 1, invest in continuous learning. As a certified financial planner, I have continued education that is required for my industry. So I do some continuous learning to develop my skill set. But if that's not something that you need in your industry, I would encourage you to do it anyway. Keep your skills up to date. Take online courses. There's like learning Excel or Adobe or whatever your industry is. Attend some of the workshops, earn certifications to continue to develop your skills. Be a perpetual learner. Number 2, seek promotions and new opportunities. Don't be afraid to apply for higher paying positions within your organization or possibly even switch companies for better opportunities. Sometimes a new role or a new employer can be what you need to gain significant salary increases. And as women, oftentimes we don't apply for those jobs. I have a client that she's the CEO of a company and she's hiring now. And she says, there's men. I have resumes that's all men applying, and which is fine. But why aren't the women applying for this role? And I have found that women feel like they need to have all of the skill sets. They have a tool belt. They want to have every single tool that's going to equip them for that role. Whereas men, they need a hammer and a wrench and they go ahead and apply. And because they're applying, they're getting the jobs. So I want to encourage women, you will develop that skill set. You will gain that tool when you are in that role. But if you're not applying, you're not even giving yourself an opportunity to get the job and then therefore even have a higher salary. So apply for the job. Number 3, diversify your income streams. Look for other potentials, other ways to have another source of income, whether it be from your investments or from real estate, rental properties, VRBO, is another great idea. If you travel a lot or if you have a cottage, look into VRBO or Airbnb that you can have earning potential from an asset that you already own. A lot of my clients are doing that. I don't know if you can freelance or consult, but what else can you do? What's another stream of income that you're also passionate about? But whether it's babysitting, that can also help you reach your financial goals quicker. Number 4, build a personal brand. Establish yourself as an expert in your field, whether it's by blogging or public speaking or social media. A strong personal brand can lead to higher paying opportunities or possibly consulting gigs. And for me, like this podcast, an attempt to build a personal brand, and it's scary, but everyone has a day one. So I encourage you, just do it. Get out there and try. And now it's time for today's actionable money tip. Automate your savings. Pay yourself first. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings or your investment accounts each month. This way, you ensure that a portion of your income is consistently being set aside or invested, making it an easy, hassle-free habit. I am all about creating good habits that are hassle-free. So automate your savings. That's it for today's episode of Her Money Revolution. Remember, increasing your income is not just about working harder, but also working smarter and seizing all the opportunities that you can by negotiating for higher salaries, pursuing an entrepreneurship, or maximizing your earning potential. You can create a strong financial future for yourself. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave a review. I would love to hear from you. Send me a DM. Let me know what you are interested in hearing more about, or if you have questions, I'd love to get your feedback. As always, follow me on social media for more tips and inspiration. Until next time, keep striving for financial empowerment and making your money work for you. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you are feeling more empowered in your financial journey. Remember, follow and subscribe to Her Money Revolution on your favorite podcast platform, and share your feedback by leaving a review. I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway from today's episode. Until next time, stay inspired.